you've now put out into the marketplace an edge-based solution that integrates with how you operate in the head end. Tell us a little bit about that and how that is being received in the marketplace.
Yeah, so it's an interesting problem that operators face, and we hear those concerns all the time now. They have all those different screen sizes and so many different client environments, right? The experience is not consistent when you go from one screen to the other, right? The program guides look different. You don't necessarily find the same content or search the same way. It's not interesting to view, video just like you would on your couch on your iPad. It's not a lean back, it's a lean forward. You need much more interaction and dynamic content recommendations, maybe ads that are tailored for me based on my preferences. So that's the whole set of challenges that we face now, and that's what we're focused on the network delivery piece of our products. Right, our Halo product line, which is packager and origin server, we're expanding the scope of that product line to help operators monetize those services and provide a personalized experience. What does that mean? It means that instead of them spending R&D teams and resources on developing individual clients for all the devices, we provide value by taking care of this in the network, in the cloud, on the server side. Right? So we provide a consistent experience, completely independent of what format or what screen they want to deliver to.
That sounds like an awful lot of processing and intelligence at the edge. How is that accommodated without incurring a whole lot of added costs at the edge?
It's not that much, processing. It takes a bit of memory. It's more just opposite to transcoding, which takes CPU. This takes quite a bit of RAM memory. It takes obviously storage if you're going to provide archive or start over services, for users, especially cloud DVR. If you go to if you have to implement a unique copy cloud DVR. Unique copy per user, your storage costs are going to start to balloon. That's are going to start to balloon, but the processing side of it is fairly cost effective, as a matter of fact, right? Because you archive your content in a pivot format, you can deliver it on demand, encrypt it on demand with just-in-time packaging and encryption, and there's things you can do in the CDN as well to optimize all that, right?
But we're still talking about doing this in software on commodity servers, right?
Intel servers, that's right.
Yeah.
In the
so
data
it's not like taxing things to where you have to put in something special there. You can use what's already there and maybe augment it with a couple more blades or whatever.
That's right. Just like our encoding software, Halo product line can be purchased as a piece of software that you install on data center based on HP blades or Cisco UCS or IBM, right? Doesn't really matter, right?
Now this, of course, represents a new wrinkle in how operators would go about setting up their networks or looking at what's happening in their networks as far as coordinating things. What kind of response are you seeing with this?
We think they're excited. I mean, we get real excitement about that. Because again, it builds value, right? Right now they have to look at a complete panel of different companies and solutions. Whether you're talking about dynamic ads, there's companies that are just in that business, right? Or network PVR, cloud DVR, right? There's companies that are specialized in that, right? And each have their own, more or less complete ability to add kind of multi-screen to the mix, but not really a global view of what's happening, on a per user basis. So that's part of the value we bring, right? We have access to all that traffic. We see it. We know how to optimize it and deliver it in the right content at the right time. Right?
So what you're talking about is a very tightly integrated architecture.
That's right.
That is leveraging all these points in the network to deliver this personalized service with minimum hassles as far as the cost and the data analytics and everything else. It's all just intrinsic to the way the architecture is set up.
That's exactly right. So we can leverage the CDN, we can leverage existing storage, right? So the solution has APIs to deal that talks to program guides, for instance, for archiving and recording of assets with Cloud DVR, DRM systems for encryption, and storage systems, of course.
So in that context, then it's a matter of what's going to drive this. Is it an advertising driving thing, or is it just the idea of a better user experience? I mean, is there real money showing up here?
Yeah, I think it's all of it. I mean, more and more of our customers use recommendations engines to start with, right? So they're trying to make the scope of those customer profiles global across the screens, right? Not including the big screen TV. So we're able to leverage that. Of course, dynamic ads is the promise of doing higher CPMs, on a per user basis, right? So we've actually deployed in the US with an MSO the very first dynamic ad system for multi-screen.
Actually deployed?
On linear content, yes.
On linear content to multi-screen?
That is correct. That's the first.
Wow.
With the Halo product line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're starting to get there. There's still a lag a little bit in the business models, in the ad sales teams. There's still some uncertainty into that, how refined you want to get, in the user profiles. They know how to sell, regional ads or by zip code. They still have to adjust to the new models, the new business models.
Sure, there's a whole lot of back-end stuff around.
Right, it'll take time to, for the industry to completely embrace all this.
But they're putting it in place so it can happen.
But technically, it's already happening. Yeah, so we're excited about that. And then the storage play, I think, is interesting. The Cloud DVR is Comcast has rolled this out already. The idea for the real incentive for operators to cut the CPE costs, even on the legacy devices, right? Forget multi-screen for a moment, right?
Right.
I don't want to ship set-top boxes, millions of set-top boxes with hard drives that fail over and over again, right? It's a huge expense. It's billions, right? I want to, control that cost in the cloud, right? And I want to be able to charge my users per capacity, right? So if they want 50 gig of capacity, they get that, part of the subscription. If they want more, I'll charge them another, $10 per 50 gig or something like that, right? It scales and it's unlimited, right? You're no longer limited by your set-top box storage, and it's available instantly on any device. You don't have to worry about the whole home experience or being outside the home. Everything happens in the network, right?
Yeah,
so
it's a pretty dramatic transition from what we know as a DVR. When you think about, it's not just about where the storage is; it's about how the user gets to use these things to actually create that storage. Well,
That's
Arno,
right,
this has been very informative as to where things are going in the marketplace and the response to your solutions. I thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Fred. Yeah.
Okay.